All right. So I guess now you understand what the plan was.
Absolutely. At Colts Law, we talk Indianapolis Colts football.
We're going to stick to what we know, fundamentals and technique, 1% better every day.
What's going on, Colts Nation? I'm Lawrence Owen, and this is Colts Law. And today we're going to go over the first depth chart dropped by the Indianapolis Colts for the 2022 NFL season as we head into the first preseason game against the Buffalo Bills this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there are a few surprises, mostly on the defense. I want to go through those with you. I want you to let me know your thoughts about these specific changes, because there's some surprises. You know, let's look at the defense first off, right? Because quite frankly, it is a surprise, right? Look at it right off the bat. You got Kwity Paye flipping ends again, going back to what he was doing last year. Wow, that's something that I didn't expect, right? All offseason, Kwity Paye has played the other end, right beside Grover Stewart. And you even talk about, had a chance to talk to Grover Stewart a little bit earlier this week, and he discussed how Kwity Paye has been so good over there and that they're getting their communication down about how, you know, if Kwity feels like, for instance, if Kwity feels like he could get the inside edge on his man, then, you know, they would perform a stunt or something of that nature, or vice versa, you know. If Kwity felt like, or if Grover felt like he could get the outside edge, then they would flip around. They would figure that out. Now, obviously, they have to be on, that communication's got to be good, because things of that nature, they have to cover their specific spots, whether it's, you know, which gap that they're at, right? Whether it's the 1, the 2, whatnot. But the thing is Kwity played that side-by-side DeForest Buckner his entire rookie year and is comfortable with that. And I think that is why he is listed in the depth chart there, because that's where he feels comfortable. Now, Yannick, obviously, he likes that side over there by Buckner, but for the most part of his career, but he's played the other side of the defensive line as well. Another big thing that I have noticed is the fact that Eric Johnson is backing up Grover Stewart. Congrats to my guy, Eric Johnson, who, let me tell you, you know, Grover even said, hey, you know, I've had a talk with Eric, and he's very, very quick. He's quick off the line. He's got a great spin move. He's able to get inside, get after the quarterback, and they've talked about how important that is with this new scheme with Gus Bradley, right? It's more about, you know, get off, penetration, get after the quarterback, get disruption, rather than holding your gap and holding your blocks and freeing up linebackers. They want everybody to shoot after the ball, and Eric Johnson can do just that. He's not quite as big as Grover Stewart, but he's very quick. And even Grover joked about it a little bit, talking about, you know, yeah, he is very quick. I had to tell him he's not as quick as me, but yes, very, very fast. We're going to move out of that situation and talk about the linebacker room. Zaire Franklin, obviously still sitting at the Sam, but JoJo Domann is his backup at the Sam linebacker. Zaire had nothing but compliments about JoJo Domann, talking about how he has the right mentality, he's out there, he's working hard, and that Zaire's given him all the information that he can and help, you know, kind of coach him up a little bit. But the big shocker is that Darius Shaquille Leonard and Bobby Okereke have flipped positions from last year. Leonard is now at the Mike linebacker, and Okereke is at the Will. Now, I think this is a good move by the Indianapolis Colts, because Leonard is the guy who calls the defensive plays. He's the one that sets everything up. And being at the Mike linebacker position, you're in the middle of the defense now. It's easier to transverse that information from one side of the field to the other with the cornerbacks and the safeties and things of that nature. You don't have to run around and scream as much, right? Also, you're going to be around the ball more at the Mike linebacker position. And because of his ability to punch the ball out, I think the Colts are going to try to utilize that even more this year and maybe get some more peanut punches out there, maybe try to get some more turnovers. That's something to keep an eye on. Now, when it comes to the cornerback positions, there's something to talk about. All right, quite a bit to talk about. You got nothing surprising about Stephon Gilmore being your cornerback one. That's a given. He's been outstanding over there in training camp this offseason. Kenny Moore being your starting nickel. Now, in base packages, Kenny Moore is still your number 2 cornerback. But in sub packages, obviously Kenny goes to the nickel position. And your number 2 corner, outside corner, is Brandon Facyson, not Isaiah Rodgers. And that shocked a lot of people because Isaiah Rodgers has been making a lot of big plays this offseason. They've been seeing these plays, posted, right? On social media. But what they're not seeing is the post of Isaiah Rodgers getting burnt a lot as well, right? He has some really high highs, but he's got a lot of low lows as well. He's making these interceptions, but he's giving up big passes as well. So what we've got here is Brandon Facyson, who is more of an even kill, steady cornerback. Hey guys, please smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and tag that notification bell so that you're notified next time I go live. Don't forget, you can also share this video to your favorite social media, and please open up that description of the video. In there you find a link to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. Get all of my content plus Patreon specific content, and of course my merch shop right here. He doesn't give up the big plays, but he's not getting the interceptions, and that says a lot about what the Indianapolis Colts are looking to do this year. Is they want more steady, less volatile type stuff going on in the secondary. Now Isaiah Rodgers is the backup, the number 1 backup, right, at the corner position. So he's still there, and he'll probably be used in dime formations and things of that nature as well. So, don't get too upset that Isaiah Rodgers didn't get that second outside corner position when they are in sub packages. Let's talk about the safeties, all right? That's a big deal as well. Not as big deal as some would say. A lot of people thought that Nick Cross would actually earn that starting position a little bit later in preseason, but apparently he's hit that starter position right now, right in the first game, right, over Rodney McLeod, which is a bit of a surprise. Obviously, Julian Blackmon is your starter at free safety, but Nick Cross, the third-round rookie that the Colts moved up in this past year's draft to go grab, has showed out this training camp and has earned that spot over the veteran Rodney McLeod. Now, McLeod, obviously, he's very good. If there's an injury, he could step in, either free safety or strong safety. He's played both positions. And if the Colts go into a 3-safety look, which Gus Bradley likes to do, then we've got a solid veteran starter to go in there and do just that. Now, I want to talk about the offense. There's not a lot of big stuff to discuss with this, but let's talk about it. All right, so we're going to slide this down here and look at the wide receivers, right? The wide receivers right now, not a lot of surprising spots at the wide receiver position. Obviously, Michael Pittman Jr. is your number 1 outside wide receiver. Alec Pierce has earned the number 2 outside wide receiver position, even though he has not looked good. But for the majority of the training camp, against Stephon Gilmore, who's going to look good. Stephon Gilmore was locking Michael Pittman Jr. down. Alec Pierce has looked decent against other cornerbacks, though. Still got a lot to learn. Paris Campbell is your slot corner. Des Patman is the guy backing up Alec Pierce. And Ashton Doolin is backing up Michael Pittman Jr. Kwity. Yes, Kwity, the former Texan who was on the Colts practice squad last year, is backing up Paris Campbell at the slot, and he's earned that position. He has went out there and done a very, very good job. Now, on the offensive line, it's just as we thought. Now, a lot of us thought that Bernhard Raimann might have a shot at that left tackle position, but Matt Pryor has looked incredibly well. That faith that Frank Reich and Chris Ballard and that organization put in him has shown this training camp. He's done a very good job at protecting the quarterback Matt Ryan's blind side thus far. Danny Pinter getting his start at the right guard position. Will Fry's backing him up. No real surprise there. And then, of course, the staples of Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, and Braden Smith. You know, your all-pros, Pro Bowl type guys that are on that offensive line are still where they are at. Your running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines, and then Philip Lindsay. You know, it's the three guys we fully expected to be there. Tyson Williams getting over one on Deion Jackson, and then Devontae Price and C.J. Verdell to round that off. So far, I think Sam Ehlinger has outplayed Jack Cohn for that number 3 quarterback position, and it shows. I'm very surprised, actually, with what I've seen from Sam Ehlinger so far. He's done a fantastic job at improving his ability to deliver the football a little bit further downfield, right? Last year in preseason and training camp, all I saw him do was either run with the football or dump it to his running backs. And in this training camp, I'm seeing him throw it downfield a little bit more. He's looking downfield a little more when he takes off to try to extend a play or something. He's looking downfield rather than at the running backs a little bit more than what we were used to last year, which is a big thing that I didn't like, right? I don't mind the dump off pass to the running backs, and when it's there, utilize it. But if that's all you're looking at, sometimes you force that situation. It's just like forcing it downfield, right? Which is the issue we had with Carson Wentz last year. He was looking downfield the whole time and not hitting the open guys underneath. Well, that was the reverse of what Sam Ehlinger was doing last year, and either way is going to hurt you. That's why he had so many interceptions during the preseason last season. Well, that is what I'm looking at with the tight end position. We got one more thing here. Mo Alie-Cox, no question, he is the number 1 tight end for this team. Kylene Granson secures the number 2 tight end spot over Andrew Ogletree and Jelani Woods. Jelani Woods being the 4th guy. That's surprising a lot of people considering how Ogletree has really came out this past week. But what you're not hearing about is Kylene Granson has too. Yes, Kylene had his drops in week 1, but so did Ogletree, right? But Granson has a year more experience and is playing very good football this past week. Ogletree is looking good, but again, he's still a late round pick. It's going to be difficult for him to overcome the Kylene Granson situation. Jelani Woods, a 3rd round pick. What? And he's 4th? Don't be too surprised over that, okay, guys? Jelani Woods only has a year and a half experience at tight end. He was quarterback before then. He's still incredibly raw. He does have his moments where he looks very good, but he's still learning the system. He's still learning his position. Give him time. All right? Don't overreact to that situation. I think that Jelani is progressing very well. Frank Reich has said that multiple times. So, and from what I see, there is talent there. He does make plays. But, again, he's still learning. Thank you so much for watching. This was my breakdown of the first depth chart release for the Indianapolis Colts in the 2022 NFL season and my thoughts and opinions on it. And until next time, as usual, I'm Lawrence Owen. This was Colts Law, and I want you to have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.